everybody, it's Deb here with Creative Life. Welcome back to my channel, you guys. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. So today we're going to be doing a project using the scrapbooking kit, and in that scrapbooking kit you have Clang and Dirt by Craft O'Clock, and this is the new paper set that is in that scrapbooking kit. You also get some of the Prima beautiful flowers in this kit. These are absolutely gorgeous, you guys. Oh my gosh. I just love these flowers. They're my favorite. And then we're going to be using this paper. We're actually going to be using the Clang and Dirt basic paper set. Okay. These papers are a little smaller than the 12 by 12, and they are absolutely gorgeous. And we're also going to be putting together this super cute little haunted house. And you guys, I absolutely love this house. So I already gessoed the top of my house. I just need to gesso the back, and then we're going to be adding some of the mica sprays and stuff to the house, to the front, okay, to, you know, jizz it up a little bit. And but we're going to you want to put gesso on the top of the house and then on the back of the house. So I'm going to do that, okay, but we're going to be papering the house, okay, the inside of this mini album. And you can get this mini album over at the Trace Jolie store. I'll put the link down below for you, but this paper fits this house perfectly. And then you also can get the 12 by 12 scrapbook paper with this. And you guys, this paper is really, I love the neutral colors of this, not only for your scrapbook pages, but you can make Father's Day cards out of this, okay? It is a nice paper set, masculine colors for birthdays, Father's Day. I really love this paper. So, you know, this is a keeper, you know, for your stash for Father's Day and those masculine cards that you want to do for birthdays and all that. Also for scrapbook pages. So, but we're going to be using this right here, okay? And to add to this, like I said, I'm going to be using the micro sprays and some of the distress crayons that you get in the mixed media kit. I'm going to be using some of these, okay, along with the mixed media. In the mixed media kit, you get this rice paper, and I just love this. And so yeah, so mine got a little bit crinkly. I must have, you know, not put it right in there or something, but in the little box that I put it in. But yeah, we're going to be tearing these apart and adding these to our haunted house, and I think that's going to look super awesome, you guys. Can't wait. So yeah, so let's go ahead. I'm really excited. Let's go ahead and get started with this. Okay, so to get started, we're going to go ahead and grab the blank pages of the chipboard mini album pieces, okay, and you're going to cover those with the Clang and Dirt scrapbook paper that we have in the scrapbook kit. And you're just going to pick out your favorite pages or pattern papers, and you're just going to go ahead and cover the front and back. Now I did cut around each of the houses. I glued it on first and then cut around it. It's, you know, it's up to you. You can trace them and then cut them all out and then stick them on there. It's totally up to you, however you want to do it. I just found it easier for me to glue them on each of the chipboard pieces, front and back, and then cut it out as I went. So here is the first one that I did. And I am using an X-Acto knife just to help in the small spots and kind of curve it around. But I did switch off between my X-Acto knife and my scissors. And then after you're done cutting out all of the excess paper around the house, you're going to go ahead and grab your hole punch, okay? And you're going to punch the holes before you cover the other side. And that is very important, because if you don't cut them and you cover both sides, you're not going to know where your holes are. So always punch your holes before you cover the opposite side. So here is the other piece that of this chipboard house, and so here I'm just covering the opposite side, and so I'm just laying this down, okay, and I'm going to go ahead and burnish that in really good. Make sure when you are covering these with your paper, after you get the paper on top of your adhesive, that you burnish them down really good, so that way the paper sticks to all of the little ends and everywhere, so that way you'd have no you know, pieces that are sticking out, so, or that are not adhered to the house. And then here again, I'm just trading off between my scissors and my X-Acto knife. I think my X-Acto knife I used more on this one here. It doesn't really matter. I mean, you know, I just trade off back and forth between the scissors and the X-Acto knife. So here is a second one that I'm covering, and it's basically the same thing. You're just going to add your glue or your adhesive to your house, and then you're going to go ahead and place the house on top of your pattern paper, and then you're going to go ahead and burnish that down really well. Then after you get done burnishing it down, you're going to cut it out, and then again, do not forget to punch your holes before you cover the other side. So I just wanted to share with you again a second you know, little chipboard piece that I was covering, and I hope that you guys love this tutorial. It is so fun doing this house. I absolutely had fun with it. It was great, and I think it's great for Halloween. Perfect to keep those pictures in. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and we're going to paint up our haunted house. And this is the front of the haunted house. And here I'm using the Distress Crayons by Tim Holtz. And first I decided to go ahead and I was using this purple, and it is called Fortune Teller. And I love this purple, you guys. It is very vibrant. I know it's kind of a little hard to see with the black, but it is very, very nice. It's a very nice color. I absolutely love it. Then we go on, and I'm painting the windows with this gold that is named Decayed. And again, this is another distressed crayon. Now, these distressed crayons come in the mixed media kit. And I will put the link again. I'll put the link down below for you. I'm not sure if it's sold out or not, but you can go to the page and take a look. Okay, and then here I did use the green, which is called Wicked Elixir, and I just love the names of these crayons and the distressed stains that we have in this mixed media kit. They are so fun. And so here I do use a paintbrush to kind of you know, spread out in the crayon, so it doesn't look so I guess chalky, not chalky, but like packed on there, because it does look like, you know, like a thick crayon type of look. But I do use some of my, like my fingers to kind of smooth it out, and the paintbrush to kind of smooth it out. I have the paintbrush a little bit wet, but it's not wet enough to like make it watery or anything. So I didn't really want a watery type of look on here. I just wanted everything to kind of be smooth. And so here I went ahead and did some gold on the front of that little space in the middle, and then I decided to go ahead and add some green to that just to kind of give it a little bit more of color in the middle. The windows I also did in a green. I added the green with the purple and the gold up in the little tower there. And here is where I'm using my paintbrush, and I'm just kind of smoothing everything out. And I did that throughout the house. And then you'll see me come back in with the purple. Oh, there's the green. So the green, I actually started out using it around the house. Like I was going to do the top part purple and then the bottom half green. But then I decided, you know what, I just want the whole house purple. And then I added a little bit of green here and there. So you can like you know, wipe off some of the crayon and add in another color, or you can add another color on top of that crayon. And so just to, you know, if you decide to change your mind on the colors you're using. So just wanted to let you know that. I did go ahead and, again, using the purple all around the house, and I just absolutely loved how this looked on the house. If you've never used these crayons before, they are super fun to use, y'all. I really recommend you trying some of these. This is my first time ever using the crayons. I never, you know, I was interested in them, but I really never thought about using them. And so now that I have these, I'm definitely probably going to get some more. They do kind of remind me of the gelatos. They do kind of remind me of the gelatos a lot. So, but these colors are a lot more different than the gelatos, I should say. And so, but these are really nice to have. I really enjoyed working with these crayons. They're super fun. Now I'm just about done with the house, and here what I'm doing is I'm just kind of going over little areas where I wanted it more purple, or if I needed more gold on my windows or green. I'm just kind of filtering in little areas and then cleaning up a little bit my workspace. So as I go along, I clean up. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and spray these mica spray on top of the house. And the mica spray that I'm actually using is the Phantom Mist. I didn't want to go use the dark stain, which was the Twilight, it's Ominous Twilight, or the green, which is the Specimen. I felt that those would be too dark, and I felt the Phantom Mist was the right color. It's more like a little bit of a grayish, and it adds a little bit of a nice shine to the house. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and place the glue on the back of the house that we just finished. And I'm going to place this on top of the pattern paper that I just traced and cut out. So there will be pattern paper on the back of the house that you can see through the windows. And I thought this brown looked really nice. It was really a nice neutral color to go along with the purple, the greens, and the golden color that were on the house. Next, I'm going to go ahead and poke more holes inside on the side there of the house. So once I get done with the front of the house and papering it and everything, I went ahead and did some inking on the sides of each one of these houses, and I did all of them like this. I just used a scratch piece of paper, placed them down, and just went over the edges of each of the houses that are papered. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and make some pockets, and the pockets are going to measure 5 by 3.5, and you're going to score a 1/2 inch on the right and left hand side, and then on the bottom. And then you're going to go ahead and you're cut down in that corner where you have a crisscross of the 2 score lines. You're just going to cut diagonally across those like I'm doing, and then you're going to go ahead and fold those back and place those right in the center of your house, just like I'm doing here. So on your pocket, you're just going to add your glue to the 1/2 inch flaps, and then just attach that just to the bottom of your house. Okay, so the bottom of your pocket will be sitting at the edge of the house. Okay, and then here is the second one. So again, you're going to add your glue to your 1/2 inch tabs. You're going to go ahead and turn that over and place that bottom edge of your pocket to the bottom edge of your house. So now you have 2 houses that are completed. Okay, next we're going to make a pocket, and you're going to cut a piece of paper by 4 by 4, and you're going to go ahead and score on the left hand side on one side, and then turn it and score a 1/2 inch on the other side. Where those two intersected cross score lines meet, you're going to cut a slant, and that'll give you your 1/2 inch tabs. Next, you're going to go ahead and you're going to measure a 1 inch on the top and then 1 inch on the bottom. Okay, connect the dots like I did here. Okay, and then you're going to go ahead and you're going to place a pattern paper on top of it. Okay, and so for what I did here is I went ahead and cut out a piece that was, I believe, 3 1/4 by 3 1/4, and then I went ahead and just mounted, not really mounted it on there, but I held it together with my fingers, and then I drew a line where I wanted, and then sat it on top of my little pocket again, and then I decided to go ahead and just kind of maneuver it where I wanted a border to be, and then turned it over, held it with my hands, and then I went ahead and drew my lines. Okay, so it's just easier to cut, that way you get it right. That's just how I do it. I know there's probably an easier way to do it, but that's just how I do it. So now you're going to go ahead and you're going to have your little pattern paper mounted on top of your pocket. So next I went ahead and I glued that on top of my pocket, and then we're going to go ahead and glue the pocket down here in just a minute. Okay, so this slanted pocket actually goes on the back of the cover of your house. So you're going to go ahead and place glue on the 1/2 inch tabs, and then place that right up kind of not in the corner, but like on the left hand side there, and then you're going to put some photo mats, and your photo mats are going to be 4 by 4. Okay, so now we're going to go decorate this pocket, and I decided to go ahead and add these flowers. These come in the scrapbook kit, and I wanted to add a little bit of softness to the grunginess of this paper, and I think that this adds that a little bit of shabby, or a little bit of softness to this haunted house, and I just love the way it looks. Okay, so now we're getting to the fun part, y'all, and I love this part. So I'm using the rice paper from the mixed media kit, and I'm kind of cutting around the image. I will squirt water behind this rice paper, and then once the rice paper softens, you can pull the paper away from the image, and it just leaves a nice little torn look. I love how the effect is. I did go ahead and grab my black ink and put some ink around this little ghosty lady, and then I grabbed my glue and just placed her up on top of one of the houses. So just grab your glue. I just placed her on top of the glue. It went down really well. It adhered perfectly. I did go ahead and grab some Mod Podge, and I just patted some Mod Podge around her, and then I set it aside and let it dry. I didn't put like several coats, just one coat will do ya. On some of the other images, I just went ahead and did around the image. I didn't even have to do the full image. So these rice papers are really easy to work with. So now we're going to go ahead and get ready to do our second image here, and I'm just cutting edges away from this piece, and then I squirted it, and then again just pulled away the pieces once they softened a bit. I tried to make sure that I kept some of the bottom part because I really liked that, with the drippiness and the little lines. I really thought it added to this paper so much. I wanted to kind of get lined paper. You'll see here in a minute what I mean. I ended up using this one. See the lines on the bottom of this pattern paper, and I thought it went really well with her. And again, I just went a little bit around the edges. I didn't do a full on through the whole image, just because it sticks down so well. So here is this lady. in the doorway, and I was like, oh, she is so cool. So I went ahead and cut a little bit around her. I didn't really pull away from her like I did the other ones. So I just kind of cut around her and really loved how she looked. So I just went ahead and laid down my glue and stuck her down. And then again, added my Mod Podge just to the edges of my rice paper. Again, I didn't use any water to spritz the rice paper to pull away from her or anything. I just went ahead and cut her out fully and laid her down. Next, I'm using this beautiful frame. Now, this frame has a haunted house on it. I absolutely love this one. I love all of these. I think they're just awesome images on this rice paper. And so I was deciding which house to use, and I couldn't decide which one. So I squirted the water on the back, let it sit for a little bit, and then just started pulling away again. You don't have to place a lot of, you don't want it so soppy wet that it kind of falls apart, but you want it enough to where you can just gently pull away. I do occasionally squirt water on the image or on the rice paper in areas that aren't too soft to pull away, because you don't want to rip it, because there is a chance that you could rip part of your image. And so I went ahead and decided to go ahead and pick out one of the back of this the houses, and I decided on this one right here because I thought it matched perfectly. And yeah, so I went ahead and just laid down my glue, and then again used my Mod Podge, you know, to go over it. And like I said, you really just need your glue and then a little bit of Mod Podge around the edges, and then you're good to go. So and then I went ahead and just set this aside and let it dry. Okay, so now we're going to mount our photo mats, and my photo mats are 3 by 4, and I cut several of them, and you're going to go ahead and mount those on top of the scrap pattern papers if you have any, and that's what I did. I just used my pattern paper that were scraps and mounted my photo mats on top of those, and then I went ahead and adhered those down to the houses. And I laid all of mine horizontally. You can lay yours vertically if you'd like, but I did mine horizontal. So, but it doesn't matter. However you want your photo album to look is, you know, totally up to you. So here I had a rose that was part of the rice paper, and I went ahead and just cut it out and then stuck it up on top of the house there, up above the photo mat. And then what I did is for each of the photo mats, I grabbed those little buttons that come in the scrapbooking kit, and these have adhesive on the back, and the adhesive is very sticky. So they are great. So I went ahead and used those on all of my photo mats. Now the photo mats that I have, I think we did 3 or 4 of them, and so I laid 4 photo mats down on each of the houses. So next we're going to go ahead and decorate the pockets, and for the pockets we're using these pretty flowers that are in the scrapbooking kit, and I can't remember if these are 49 in Market. I think they might be, but I cannot remember if they're 49 in Market or if they are Prima. And these are super pretty. I love how the colors coordinate with the flowers. I think it adds a lot of like a vintage kind of natural look to the papers, and so yeah, so I really think that they work well. Next, we're using the cogs that are from the scrapbooking kit, and I went ahead and sprayed those with the distressed mica stains that we have from the mixed media kit, and I went ahead and cut them in half and just placed those sporadically around the flowers, and I thought it looked really nice, and it gives it a really nice touch. Next, we're going to make the booklets for your pockets, and these are going to be cut at 3.5 by 11, and you're going to score at 3.5 and then at 7.25, and they're going to fold in threes, and they're going to fit really nice inside of your pockets. Hey guys. Okay, y'all, so we are done with this little haunted house mini album. So I just absolutely love the front of this. We used some of these distress crayons, the water reactive crayons by Ranger, and I absolutely love how this turned out. We actually covered the back of this with a paper, so when you flip it over, it's got paper behind it, and I made a little pocket. And so we used the little flowers that are in the kit, and then we I used some dies that are in my stash that were bats and spiders and spider webs, and I really think this turned out super great. Here I went ahead and used some of the rice paper that was in the mixed media kit, and I went ahead and pulled that apart and then mounted that on top of the chipboard piece. I think it's just a great decoration for this chipboard, and I couldn't help it. I had to use it. I just thought it was fantastic. Here I went ahead and did some little bats up here, and then you turn the page, and then here we have a little pocket. Again, I used some things from my stash, the spider web, spider, and the bat, and I made a little booklet, and this little booklet fits some photos that are 3 by 3, and so you just open it up and close it. I papered it with the 12 by 12 paper. It was getting pretty low on the other paper, so I went ahead and used the 12 by 12. I used the gears that were in that scrapbooking scrapbook club kit, and so I used the gears. We painted those up with, again, some of the crayons, and then I actually used the distress mica stains that were in the mixed media kit, and so I used all 3 of these to color up the gears, and so I just sprayed them until I got the desired colors I wanted, and then again placed some little flowers up on the pocket. Here I used this lady, ghost lady. I thought that was really super pretty, and we just did, again, a little decorative page, and I used some of the flowers, the gears, the spider webs I placed around the flowers and stuff, and then used a little spider right there. Here you turn the page, and then in this page I did a little photo mat, okay, and the photo mats I believe are, let's see here what my notes, 3 by 4 are the photo mats, okay, and I laid them lengthways. You can lay them up and down if you choose to do that. You can definitely do that. I did take one of the chipboard pieces that was in the kit from last month, and I used that flower piece, and then I colored it up with the crayons again, and then I went ahead and colored up the spider and the bat, and I think that looked pretty cool. So the spider kind of matches in with the little flower, and but you can see I painted it green. So I think it looks really cool. And then here on this page, again, we have another little pocket with another little booklet. And this one just opens up again, just like this. You could put photos inside and on the outside, and then it just slides right back into your pocket. And then I used the flowers again, and here are some of the cogs. The cogs I went ahead and I cut up, and I just placed them around the flowers. So I think that looks really cute, really good. And I used some of the spider webs around this cog and made it into kind of like a large spider web. And again, we used the distress mica powders to color up the cogs here, and then I used the crayon to color up the spider. So I think that looks pretty cool. You flip it over. Again, you have a nice little photo mat. I did use the buttons. I forgot to let you all know. For the photo mats, I used the little buttons that come in the scrapbooking kit, and I placed them each in the four corners of the photo mats that we did. Here, I went ahead and did this spider right here. This is from the rice paper, and then did a little spider web and a spider coming down. Here, I thought that this paper with the little lines through it was super cool, and I didn't really want to cover it up, so I was going to put a little mat there, but I thought, you know what, I had some flowers, again, from the scrapbook kit from last month, and so I used those and put those at the bottom, and then colored those up with the crayons again, and then placed some little spider webs around the flowers, and then I went ahead and placed this girl on here. She is an image from the rice paper, and I thought that was pretty cool. On the back, we have another photo mat, and again, I used the little buttons on here. I placed this little rose image here. This is from the rice paper collection, or the rice paper that we used, and then the bats, I went ahead and put some more bats on there and colored those up. And on the last page, I used another photo mat here, and I used the bats and the cogs. I really love how the cogs turned out, and then some spiders with a little spider web, and yeah, so those turned out super cute. And I just love this book. It's got that haunted feeling, and I really like how it's kind of softened a little bit with the flowers. It's not so intense, and so I do like how it is kind of softened a little bit with the flowers that I placed on here. You turn it over, and I placed that frame with the haunted house on the back, and then added some bats to it and colored those up with the crayons again. And yeah, so there is our little chipboard album. Oh, I forgot to mention that this is a pocket, and these are photo mats. So you could put, 3 or 4. You could put as many as you want photo mats in here. These photo mats, I believe, are 4 by 4 or 4. Let's see here. Let me see. I want to say 4 by 4. Yeah, they're 4 by 4. So I placed 2 up here. I'll probably add a couple of more, but I just think that this turned out so cute. I love how this turned out. I hope that you guys liked it too. I hope you enjoy the tutorial. It is so fun, and thank you all so much for watching. I have all the links down below to this super beautiful Haunted House Chipboard Album, and I hope that you guys check out the store and get this Haunted House chipboard mini album. It is super cute. I think it's great for photos in little pockets and such. I will put the link down below for this chipboard album. I'll put the link down below for the mixed media kit and the scrapbooking kit. Again, I did use the paper from the scrapbooking kit, which is the Clang and Dirt Crafto Clock, okay, paper. And it is like I said, a grungy paper, but I think it went awesome with this book. And definitely, you can use it for a Halloween paper. So I just loved how this turned out. So I hope you guys did too. Thank you again for joining me. Take care, and I will talk to you soon. Bye. Thanks so much for joining me today, y'all. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, and hit that bell for future notifications on all upcoming videos, tutorials, YouTube hops, and my Friday night lives at 4:30 Central Time.